You went to the local hospital?
Yep, and I said, hey, I need the smallest syringe you got. I promise I'm not a heroin addict.
Sweet.
Welcome everybody to YouTube. We are watching glue dry.
All you're doing is imitating Ed Bolian.
Yes. So what we used was some acrylic-based silver paint.
Do exactly what Ed would do with selling high-end cars, but now with your own voice and reality, just making this sound cool.
So this piece here has been precision cut out of acrylic.
I just created a monster. What's up, people? I'm here with Ryan Davenport on his actual last day of Genius Garage. We're going to work on the Lykan Hypersport and finish the interior, the headlight design that has been painstakingly detail-oriented.
Yes, very much so.
How you feel about it? You want to go do it?
Yeah, let's just go right to it. We have all the stuff ready.
Okay, guys, so take a peek. Ryan's got his basic things lined out. Ryan, what do you got here?
All right, so what we have here is we have the adhesive in this, and then the main part here is this, which is the interior piece of the light that holds the diamonds, or well, synthetic diamonds. But regardless, they're shiny, they're stones, they're in this, they're gonna go in the light.
Yes, all the important things.
But,
there's just more money for us to spend on beer and pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, American. You don't have anything else to say about it? I'm gonna tease him, it's his last day. Dude, like, what's the matter with you? You're always so good at talking a lot. And I'm so good at making people feel awkward on camera.
Today, I think we're both kind of off.
Well, what's this fancy writing there? How'd you do that? You want to make that sound fancy in some kid? He's not going to get a job as a jewelry salesman. You're not.
No,
I'm sorry. You're not.
I don't want to be a
jewelry
jewelry
salesman. In
salesman.
fact, after we do something very intelligent and make these gorgeous headlights, we should interview you and figure out what you are going to do with your life that's going to be well.
Yes. Spoiler alert, it's not a jewelry salesman.
What else are you not going to be?
Working at Walmart for the rest of my life.
Okay, fair enough. But what if you're the CEO?
If I was the CEO, I'd be fine with that.
Oh,
Still
okay.
not what I would want to do, though.
All right. Okay, well, enough of that. What do you got here?
All right, so with these are the laser cut pieces that we made, or that I made of acrylic.
You're jittery. Have you had too much cappuccino like my video on Friday, or is it because you're nervous to be on camera?
I'm just kind of nervous. I want to get these in. I want to get them done.
Okay, all right. So you laser cut this out. It looks pretty. Looks like there's a transparent clear piece here and one that is also tinted. Were those two pieces?
Yes, these are two pieces. The tinted piece is 1/4 inch, and the thinner clear piece is 1/8 inch. And the 1/8 inch piece is what we actually put the earring settings into, which is why we're using to hold the diamonds in. And yeah, that's that. They're just glued in with or not glued, I should say bonded, because this stuff isn't a glue. It actually physically melts the pieces together to bond
Chemically,
them.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then how did you get the writing on there? That looks very nice.
Yeah, that started out.
Here, go like this so they can see it.
Yes.
You've already seen it.
Yes. I'm sorry, it's pretty. I like to look at it.
You're being nervous. Okay, it's all right. Here, do this. Have you ever gone fishing?
Yes.
You're slightly young, but back in the day, in the late 80s and early 90s, there was always fishing shows on TV, okay? So let's say you and I just caught fish, right? Here's your fish, here's my fish. I'm gonna be like, hey, which one got the bigger fish? That's me, that's me. Look at that, isn't that nice? Look what Ryan did. Hey, camera guy, is that still in focus?
No.
Hey, camera guy, come on. See, you could have learned a lot from like Bill Dance back in the day. Bass fisherman. Okay, moving on.
If only I was born in the 70s to
I'm
grow
gonna
up
get
in the
yelled.
80s.
Oh, if you're only born in the 70s to grow up in the 80s?
Yeah.
I wasn't born in the 70s. What are you trying to say?
I don't know. But yeah, with this, the Lykan here is actually laser etched on, and it didn't pop as much as we wanted it to originally. So what we ended up doing was taking some
You keep talking.
some silver spray paint, and we put it on a toothpick, and I dabbed it in there. And then after that, I wiped it with a shop rag here to get like all of the to get it sort of dried over the surface, so it has like a nice smear. And then I took some plastic polish and polished off the stuff that was on the surface with just with a cloth on an actual sanding block, so it's a nice flat surface. So it didn't take any of the inside paint off, but it took all the stuff off the surface. So you have the nice finish right where the laser intended the Lykan to be.
It's actually a brilliant technique that Ryan developed on his own that's been used in a lot of other things. And the only critique I'll make, and the reason why you'll never be a jewelry salesman, but maybe at Walmart, is that you said spray paint. Say what the kind of paint is, not spray paint, because people think of spray paint as being cheap, even though that's actually the proper thing to use.
Yeah, I mean, it was...
No, I'm teasing, but I'm being serious. Like, that's what people think. I don't want to pay money if spray paint was used. I want it to be mixed with the tears of gypsy and platinum. Ah! Say something fancy that wealthy people want on their diamond-clad headlights.
So what we used was some acrylic-based silver paint and we elegantly put it inside the Lykan right where the laser engraved it, so that it would look really nice and pretty and shine with the diamonds.
That was so good, and I wish it was original, because all you're doing is imitating Ed Bolian.
Yes.
Okay, well, if you just work the Ed Bolian impression of being a car salesman into your own real-life accent of being a jewelry salesman, now do that. Channel Ed Bolian as a car salesman, but as yourself with jewelry. Go.
I don't know what to say.
You can't do it unless you're being a character?
I don't know.
Do exactly what Ed would do with selling high-end cars, but now with your own voice and reality, just making this sound cool.
So this piece here has been precision cut out of acrylic, both in 1/4" and 1/8" pieces, tinted beautifully from behind, and laser etched on the front, which was then embedded with silver paint to make it really pop. Ooh. And then what we did is we took some 7.5 millimeter cubic zirconias and put them in the headlights.
Synthetic diamonds, don't
synthetic,
say CZ.
Sorry.
Okay, it's okay, you were good. Keep going, keep going.
And then we took some 7.5 millimeter synthetic diamonds, embedded them into some nice sterling silver earrings, or earring settings, and then put those in the 1/8" acrylic, which is slightly recessed to give it some more depth to the feature.
Yes, and naturally use the sterling earring settings with a rhodium plating for the optical qualities and clarities from the light coming from behind, naturally. And of course use the round, brilliant cut for its elegance and sheer magnitude of dazzling sparkles. I just created a monster. How about we put this thing together and finish it?
That sounds good.
Okay, lead the way.
All right.
By the way, we love you, Ed. VinWiki shout out. Yes, the best channel on YouTube, next to my own, of course.
Yep.
Did you already do that?
What?
Are you bonding it right now?
No. I'm just setting it in there right now.
Wow, I thought you were that fast.
Nope.
Okay, so that's where it's gonna go. Earlier, we already looked at and decided the exact placement of it.
Yes.
Holy crap, you literally just do that and it goes in there on its own.
Yeah, you just put that in there.
Oh my God, you're freaking me out.
And what you do is I'm just gonna tack the corner.
You literally are like tack welding it.
Yeah, basically tack welding, and then I'm gonna run like I guess you could say a weld bead with the needle along the edge at the end.
How fast would whatever is in this hypodermic needle kill me?
I don't know, I never looked that up. I didn't intend on stabbing myself with it.
Okay.
Probably pretty quickly.
What? Okay, I'm gonna move away slightly from Ryan.
Yeah.
How's that going, your tack there?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I want to make sure it's 100% solid before I move.
Little tack right there.
Yep.
The other thing I like is where the tack is, since it chemically bonded the plastics, the little bit of, what am I trying to say? The fuzziness of the edge of this piece goes away because it actually melts it together.
Yep.
Oh, that's clever. So you're literally just going to tack it in 2 places and then do the rest of it.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Is it already together?
That tip, it should be.
Wow. Okay. Take your time, dude. Take your time. This is, oh my God, that's insane. This is exciting and terrifying at the same time.
Yep. I'm gonna let this one bond here really quick, let the pieces meld together. The front one feels pretty solid just by the feel of it. It's not moving much. I want to really make sure this back one's in there before I finish it.
Nice.
Welcome everybody to YouTube. We are watching glue dry.
Yep. Very, very exciting, riveting content.
Technically, it's not glue.
No, it's, we're watching some solvent evaporate and acrylic melting together.
Yes. This is terrifying.
Yeah, it's funny because when I first got that, it was had an even bigger hypodermic needle on it. But
What?
since we're doing nice, fine-tuned stuff, I actually went to the local hospital.
Stay back.
And
You went to the local hospital?
yep, and I said, hey, I need the smallest syringe you got. I promise I'm not a heroin addict.
Did you say it to actual people that work at the hospital, or were these like people out back?
No, these are people that actually worked in the hospital here.
Okay.
But
And you just said, I promise I'm not a freak?
yeah, I promise I'm not a heroin addict. I need one needle. And they're like, yeah, we know you're not a heroin addict because if you were, you wouldn't be getting just one needle.
Wow. And they gave it to you?
Yeah, it was $1.
They sold it to you?
Yeah.
Can they do that?
Yeah, all I needed to do is make sure I was 18.
I don't think we should tell people this on the internet.
I mean, if you're going there as a heroin addict to buy multiple needles, they won't let you.
What did you tell them you were going to do with it?
I told them I was using it with acrylic bonder to bond tail lights because that's what I was doing at the time.
You found a car guy or girl that works at a hospital?
No.
Ooh, it's stuck.
Yes, it is.
Are you sure it's on there good enough?
Yeah, I'm going to just.
Okay. The world is watching, Ryan. Your career.
Yes, it depends.
Look at that.
on
Look
this
at
moment.
that. Can you get in close enough to see that maybe? Just make sure it's in focus.
Yep. Of course, the needle wants to suck it back in.
It does it. Oh, and then, do you have to be careful not to, so it doesn't like splooge everywhere?
Yeah, that's the issue right now is making sure it doesn't splooge everywhere.
That's a common problem.
Just,
Look at that. That is cool.
yeah, it likes to puddle with the pile before it, so I'm trying to get it in a way to where it doesn't do that, so that it fills the gap more.
Nice.
Come on. There we go.
So
Just
I'm
going
thinking,
slow.
since they now know the process, and you can come back to this on
Yeah.
your own and finalize that. Do you think we can illuminate the running lights and then the headlights?
Yes, speaking of,
Do we have to open the hood to do the running lights?
No,
This thing
not anymore.
freaks me out, dude. I'm gonna put this over here. This is like a loaded gun, okay?
Yeah, essentially. I didn't
Finger
bring the safety for it.
The safety for it is not being in the same room
Yeah, basically.
for that thing.
All right, keys are in here, and if you look, I actually.
Oh, here we go. What are we doing? What are you turning on first?
Huh?
What are you turning on first?
I'm just turning the car to the on position, which turns on the daytime running lights,
Oh, okay. Oh!
which I did yesterday.
Ooh.
I was working on,
Ooh.
and then we can turn on the headlight.
Wait, hold up. Let's get back. Come back here. Come back here. We have to witness the glory. Yes.
Nice hum.
Sweet. You can obviously see where that's bonding. It got clear, so we're going to do the rest of that.
Yep. Yeah, I'll do the rest of it. Make sure it's done really slow and
It's
well.
fast. It's cool because when it's lit up, all you do is see some of the sparkles of the diamond.
Yeah. Oh, you can see if you look at this angle, you can kind of see it bouncing off the acrylic too, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, that's neat.
Okay, cool. All right, go ahead and kill it.
All right. I will.
All right, well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we talk about you, let's look at this lens and just see how it is and talk about how you're going to finish that. We're not going to do it right now. Oh, yeah, grab the lens. Let's look and see approximately how that's going to fit.
Yep.
Now, the piece Ryan has here, this is just a quickly cut out of polycarbonate that was bent in a sheet metal brake. This is not the original piece we're going to use, but this is the opportunity to do something of a mock-up and just kind of get a visual on prototyping.
Yeah, with this.
Which is also the reason why this stuff has taken so long.
Yeah, it's all been prototype. Oh, that doesn't work. Prototype. Oh, that doesn't work. And then just keep going. Right now, with this lens, you can tell it's obviously not quite long enough. The plan for this is to make it longer and then.
Well, and you've got the metal bezels that we need to actually attach it properly up here, but we still have to figure out what's going on at the bottom of the sides.
Yep, the bottom and the sides. Right now, I was doing some.
Because it doesn't attach to the composite, it'll attach to actually the metal structure of the everything behind and underneath that.
Yeah, we'll have some. We'll bend some brackets and use some very small fasteners to mechanically attach the lens to the piece up here, along with bonding it with some form of probably like urethane or window weld.
Yeah.
And making it a complete sealed fixture. And you don't really need to get to this at all, so this is all going to be nice and sealed.
While you got that on, I know I just cut you off. I'm sorry. So, in fact, I'm sorry. I cut you off. You were saying?
But I was talking about the window weld. This will be one fixture. You can still access the light if you need to change the light, or if this goes out, you can still access that, and the actual box that powers it is also accessible. Right. All the stuff that's in here is going to be sealed. Those are really good LEDs, so they are not going to go bad anytime soon, not even in like the next 30 years.
Okay, cool. Let me turn on real quick. I just wonder if the optics change. Stay right there, kind of down low. Don't get too close, otherwise it'll... Okay, so there's on position. What does it look like with a lens on it? Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, it reflects, it kind of creates a twinkle effect right there. That's neat, okay.
All those diamonds are really good.
Yeah. Okay, Ryan, I tell you what. I have a feeling fans want to get to know who the heck you are and what you're doing with your life. You want to sit down? All right, you guys, so Ryan Davenport obviously been key to the Lykan build and the majority of it this year. We've got some new guys that are starting, one who's actually holding the camera right now, so we'll be seeing them next week. But again, Ryan Davenport, let's find out who he is. So, dude, where did you go to school before you came here, and where are you going after this, and what are you doing?
Before I came here, and while I'm here, actually, I'm going to school at Cleveland State University. I'm still attending there, doing mostly online classes, going there once a week, getting all the stuff done for that, keeping up on it. And then before here, I was living in Cleveland, Ohio, part of why I chose Cleveland State. Just save money and get everything paid for.
I feel like there's a Cleveland joke in there somewhere, but you didn't make it. Also, what are you majoring in?
I am majoring in mechanical engineering. That's where I got the skills to do the CAD involved with making the headlights and taillights.
Nice. And also, I was thinking of the sad joke that all Cleveland people are going to hate me for. Don't hate me. I was born in the Cleveland area. But you know the river actually caught on fire in the 70s because it was so polluted?
Yep. Yeah, okay. That's a very well-known thing around Cleveland. I think you're born knowing that.
Yeah.
At least I remember knowing it from like as young as like I can remember thoughts. But I mean, you grew up in what, like West Side, like.
I grew up in Rocky River. Oh, yes, I know. Okay. Anyway, enough about Cleveland and me. Cleveland's a nice place now. So, how do you feel now having been at Genius Garage this summer and doing the Lykan in terms of both the project and working with the team, as well as how are you as a person different now?
I feel I've learned a lot more with working like on a huge project as a team and doing like specific and like working specifically on like my portions of it and making sure getting those done on time for the timelines, like getting the taillights done for the Road America trip because it definitely needed those for it, and doing headlights and just integrating it with something that's already existing. And as part of the other team's job is to make that work and working with them to say, hey, I'm going to do this with the taillights. This doesn't affect any of your body work that you're doing, right? And just working with them, and then of course tossing around ideas in a group really helps a lot with brainstorming and prototyping stuff.
Do you feel any different as a person or kind of like self-confidence now? Because I feel like it's been a big journey for everyone. Yeah,
I feel definitely a lot more confident in my ability to design things and to make, I guess, just make things as a whole using 3D modeling softwares, and definitely a lot more hands-on experience with metal forming and learning how metal physically works, and seeing that it will definitely help when I do more metal forming with CAD, because that can, in conjunction of the actual hands-on experience working with metal with the CAD of what it says it can do, you know the actual limits of what's really going to be manufacturable and useful and just how to make things in general.
I like how you missed my question entirely, and how do you feel different as a person, not how did your fabrication improve?
Yeah,
Tony Casey, why are you doing this to me and putting me on the spot? I'll tell you how you changed as a person. You went from FNG to just G. And sometimes FG, and I think that says a lot, so well done.
Sorry, I watched a debate last night. Everybody on there was dodging questions. I guess it just kind of bled into my...
Oh, well, I thought maybe you lost a few brain cells after doing that.
I definitely did.
Okay, fair enough. So how much longer do you have in school? Are you going to stay at Cleveland State in mechanical engineering? And beyond just school, maybe like co-ops, internships, and your career afterward, what do you think you want to do? What are you going to try to do?
My main thing with schools, obviously, I like mechanical engineering. I love design. I definitely want to stay through and do my 4 years there. And in terms of co-ops and internships, there's actually the one company that we connected with at Road America. We took a tour of there recently. It was really cool. And I was talking with them and got connected with them to possible co-op internship opportunities there, or not co-op, internship opportunities there this next summer. Possibly that could lead to a co-op in the future. That would be really cool. But,
yeah, I think so. And actually, the company wasn't in Road America. We met people that were part of the company there and then later connected. They're in the Detroit area, and it's a big global engineering-based company. It's publicly traded, so really big honor. They took an interest in you guys, and I think at least 1 or 2 students have already applied, and I know the CEO has even looked at their resumes. That's pretty cool. So what about cars? What about airplanes? What about model airplanes? Are you still into that? Do you want to do that sort of stuff in the future?
Definitely as a hobby. I don't think I'd really want to make a job out of it. Because of working on this and with school and everything, I haven't had much time to do much of hobbies.
What he's trying to say is I ruined it for him.
No, you didn't ruin it for me. I just haven't had much time to pursue it lately because I've been focused on this and projects outside of here and doing school.
Well, it's very true. And actually, Ryan, I got to tell you, he's done an incredible job, especially in the last month. I could tell that he was stressed with a lot more workload going, and you had classes starting back up. You had a job you were working on. You were doing various interviews, as well as your own projects relating to this, and having to stay ahead of the wave on your projects and then working with the other team members and such. And you did a pretty darn good job, dude, without anybody actually pushing you.
Yeah, I mean, it was just working 20 hours a week, doing a job to pay the bills so I can stay out here, and then after that, doing 20 plus hours here sometimes to get things done. And then on top of that, there's 15 hours of in-time in class I have to be because all the Zoom calls are scheduled, plus driving back to Cleveland State, coming back out here 1 day a week, spending a whole day just doing stuff like that. And that's not even including homework or studying, so we're already at, 20 plus 15 for classes. That's already at, 45 hours, 55 hours?
Don't even worry about the numbers. If I counted how many hours I actually worked, it would be ugly.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I don't want to calculate it. I don't want to know. I just know that I'm just awake and I'm constantly doing things, and then I pass out.
So here's the best question relating to that. Why are you doing that? Why are you working so hard? Why don't you just go, lollygag around, mess around here, take long lunches, go home early, and never clean up your room?
Well, because I wouldn't get any of my projects done. I mean, if I didn't do anything, like I could go to school, not take any internships, just focus on school, but then nobody would hire me because I don't have any experience. I haven't done anything. I've just gone to school, I got the piece of paper, so I'm in the door, but that piece of paper gets you in the door. Your experience is what gets you hired.
Well, I think he's right. And you know what, Ryan? On that note, all I can say is very well done, sir. It was a pleasure having you.
Thanks. I appreciate the opportunity and everything you've given.
You're welcome. You got anything you want to say to everybody out there, or possible employers, or what do you want to say? Say something cool.
Yeah, for an employer and you need a mechanical engineering intern, let me know. I'm sure.
Weak. Do it stronger. Shed some wisdom.
Hire me.
Okay, begging is fine. Perfectly acceptable.
I can do stuff. I can learn. I'm a fast learner.
Let's go. See you guys.